Welcome back to my channel. I have another word for you today. And the word is Machpelah. This is in Hebrew. It means a fold. This is also a place in Israel or Palestine. I'm not about to get into that. So, Machpelah is in the land of Canaan. And we see this in Genesis chapter 23, verse 19. It's on the western slopes that look over present-day city of Hebron. Now, the spot beneath the monumental enclosure, which is the cave of Machpelah, is now known as the Sanctuary of the Patriarchs. Now in Genesis 23, we see that Abraham negotiated the purchase of the property from Ephron, the Hittite, the detailed legal protocol, the field and the cave that is in it. In verse 17, we also see the full title transfer before witnesses at the city gates. In verse 19, we see the inaugural use of this site when after this Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the cave of the field of Machpelah. In Genesis chapter 25, verse 9, we see Isaac and Ishmael uniting to bury Abraham there, underscoring both the finality of the patriarch's sojourn and the binding nature of God's covenant promises. In Genesis 49, verse 30 to 31, Jacob is on his deathbed, instructing that they buried Abraham and his wife Sarah. There they buried Isaac and his wife Rebekah, and there he buried Leah. Now in Genesis chapter 50, verse 13, we also see Jacob's son laying him to rest in the same ancestral tomb, which seals the generational continuity of faith. Now, Machpelah is the only parcel of Canaan explicitly purchased and deeded to the patriarchs during their lifetimes. The transaction fixes a tangible legal foothold in the Promised Land centuries before the conquest, prefiguring Israel's ultimate occupation. The Hittite contract formula embedded in Genesis 23 parallels extra biblical Anatolian legal texts. Now let's get into the themes, shall we? Covenant and land. By acquiring Machpelah, Abraham acts in confident anticipation that the whole land will one day belong to his descendants, aligning faith with practical stewardship. Hope of resurrection. A common burial ground for patriarchs and matriarchs signals enduring family identity beyond death. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 13 to 16, notes that they were still living by faith when they died. Isn't that beautiful? Looking forward to a heavenly homeland. The cave stands as a silent witness to that expectation. Number 3, unity and promise. Isaac and Ishmael, estranged brothers, cooperate to honor their father. Jacob's 12 sons and daughters, whose tribes will form the nation, do the same for him. Machpelah becomes a place where covenant family divisions are temporarily healed in the face of God's overarching plan. Now, the fully paid-for tomb points ahead to another tomb in which no one had yet been laid. In John chapter 19, verse 41, Machpelah bears the remains of Israel's forebears. The empty tomb of Jesus Christ proclaims victory over death itself, fulfilling the hope epitomized by Machpelah. Abraham's costly acquisition foreshadows the greater price paid at Calvary to secure an eternal inheritance for all those who believe. Now, how can we apply this to our lives? Stewardship. We are encouraged as believers to act faithfully in the present, making decisions that anticipate God's future promises. Generational legacy. Christian families can lead or can learn to anchor their identity in God's covenant faithfulness, cultivating burial and memorial practices that testify to resurrection hope. Reconciliation. The gatherings at Machpelah model peacemaking among estranged relatives, a ministry imperative affirmed in passages such as Matthew chapter 5, verse 23 to 24. And on that note, thank you for watching. Stay in the Word, stay upright, stay blessed, and be not afraid.